Welcome to J&R Ministry for Kids. Jesus and his disciples traveled from place to place, teaching people about God. At the time of the special Jewish feast of the Passover, they traveled to Jerusalem to worship God, take part in special ceremonies at the temple. Mary and some of his brothers went along too. They all looked forward to a special time in Jerusalem. They thought about the beautiful temple. They thought about how people would be worshiping God at the temple. It was wonderful. Ever since he was a young boy, Jesus had been taught by his parents that the temple of God in Jerusalem was a very important place. This was a place where people came to worship God and offer sacrifices. At the temple, everyone was supposed to be thinking and talking about God. But when they arrived at the temple, it did not seem as if people were there to worship God at all. The people were not treating the temple like a special place of God. Instead, the temple looked like a big market. Animals were making loud noises. Jesus heard cattle and sheep and doves. Some people were exchanging money and trying to cheat people. The people were not thinking about God at all. So Jesus did something that shocked everyone. He tied cords of rope together to make a whip to swing around. Then he began swinging the rope and turning over the tables that people had put in the wrong places in the temple. He shooed the birds and animals away and caused the money that people were cheating with to fall all over the ground. Jesus said, "Get those things out of here. How dare you turn my Father's house into a market?" Before this, everyone was thinking about money and market. Now, at least, people had time to stop and think about what Jesus had been teaching. It was time to love and respect God at his temple, just like Jesus did. By the time Jesus left, many people were talking about him. Some had learned to love God more because of what Jesus said. Some got angry and began to say bad things about Jesus. What would you have done if you had been there that day? That's all for today, kids. But I hope you come next week and we'll try to make a nice Bible story for you. Have a great Sunday.